What's been the role of the mind?
Unless you keep yourself mobile, your mind does not go elsewhere. You're always concentrating only on the sickness, which is not correct. You need not concentrate. There are medical facilities available for you to support you to get over that problem. First of all, you have to make up your mind saying that nothing is wrong with me. Once you start making up your mind like that, I'm sure you will overcome your problems much faster than what otherwise you would have overcome. There are other ways of mental diversions. With a plaster in your leg, you still try to walk, isn't it? You don't sit down. Same thing applies everywhere. When I was an engineer in BHEL, to the level of Executive Director, if I can come with this leg, then why not others? What is so great about me? Nothing great about me. But others, if they try that, they can also do it.
How did you build this resilience?
I had no option. I was studying with my face to the wall. The other option to me was amputate my leg, which I didn't want to do it.
What's been the biggest shift that has happened over these years?
We used to work more with the brain, less of typing work. We never had all those computers and all those stuff. You type out something, you get the result straight. We had to work for getting that result. That is the difference. We had to read books to find out the data, whereas you have everything ready on the ChatGPT today.
And now it's even gotten further, right? Where you don't even have to go through the research. My father, I had this conversation with my father also. One thing that I've seen in him, maybe by observation, he never gives up perpetually learning.
Yeah, I went to Malay Mandir. There was a lamp lying there. It caught my trousers and it started burning, and the flames were coming out. I was seeing the God. I did not notice this when.
In this video, I'm in conversation with Mr. S. Gopalakrishnan, who is the former Executive Director of BHEL. And I became very curious to learn his journey. Back at 27 years, he had a massive accident where AIMS doctors told him that his legs would have to be amputated, and he was bedridden for 10 months. From that incident, 40 plus years hence, he not only walks 6 to 7 kilometers daily, but he rose up to become the Executive Director of BHEL, advisor to the chairman, and many such wonderful achievements. Most importantly, I was very curious to hear his perspective on how he has progressed his career and work for professionals like yourself, and also how he has integrated mind and health in this journey, where he has successfully and beautifully progressed. I hope you find value in this conversation, and this is Nitin Dua, serving you with love. You were touching on the role of health in between and the role of the mind. Can you double down more on that? What you've already spoken, can you take us further? How do you see the role of the mind in all of this? You said back in the day, 50% was medicine, but remaining 50% was really the mental strength for you.
Yeah.
And to build mental strength, you also need physical strength. You've been moving now. If that was not the case, that's an important requirement the way I see it. Yes. But I want to hear from your lens. How do you see these things?
Unless you keep yourself mobile, your mind does not go elsewhere. You're always concentrating only on the sickness, which is not correct. You need not concentrate. There are medical facilities available for you to support you to get over that problem.
Yeah.
But at the same time, unless you decide saying that I have to get over this, like if you really see a child when it falls down from a cycle, it cries for 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. After that, it gets up and gets into the same bike and then moves on. That is a sort of support you should get from when a child can do it, why not you? There are other ways of mental diversions. You have music, you got sports, you got with a plaster in your leg, you still try to walk, isn't it? You don't sit down.
Yeah.
Same thing applies everywhere.
So what's been the role of the mind?
First of all, the role of the mind is to deter. First of all, you have to make up your mind saying that nothing is wrong with me. These are all temporary things which you'll just get over. Mm-hmm. Once you start making up your mind like that, I'm sure you will overcome your problems much faster than what otherwise you would have overcome. This has been my experience.
Yeah, the beauty of these conversations.
As I told you, at 102 temperature, if I have 102, that means I'm fit enough to go to office also. It's only after 102 to 103. If I touches about 103, mm-hmm. Okay, there is something to get concerned. Mm-hmm. But as long as you're able to move, you're able to walk, you're able to move, you have to continue.
No, absolutely. There's nothing right or wrong here. That's the whole beauty of these conversations I was getting into, right? We are trying to see your view of the world, your lens of how you have operated your lived experience.
See, from 27 today, I'm already 74.
Yeah.
So, I've crossed above 50 years with this pain.
Yeah.
And this happened 2 years back, we had gone to a temple, my sister's wedding anniversary. I was pushed in the crowd. Yeah, I went to Malay Mandir, was pushed. There was a lamp lying there. It caught my trousers and it started burning, and the flames were coming out. I was seeing the God. I did not notice this. When my son suddenly, from a distance, he saw that it was, and it had come up to this. His left leg, it had already come up to this, up to the knee.
You couldn't feel it because
I couldn't feel it. There was no sensation. He came quickly and he burnt himself.
Oh wow!
But then we didn't brood over it. We just said, okay, let's go home, get another one, change, and then come back again. We'll go back. We had to go somewhere else also, but we continued.
Yeah, there's definitely something to take for me also to in this piece. But at the same time, I want to put this disclaimer: what has worked for you has worked for you, and everybody should make their own judgment of how they should pursue.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I fully agree with that.
It's the perspective that you carry today. But that's the beauty of these conversations, right? We can share a new way of operating.
Another approach to the whole thing.
And if it works for you, that's beautiful, right? That's the whole endeavor, like to empower with your view of the world on these important questions that touch your career, that touch your health, that touch your mind, and go beyond into your fulfillment. What I feel is that when from age of 27, when I was an engineer in BHEL, to the level of executive director, if I can come with this leg, then why not others? What is so great about me? Nothing great about me. But others, if they try that, they can also do it. How did you build this resilience?
I had no option. I was starting with my face to the wall. The other option to me was amputate my leg, which I didn't want to do it. But I'm sure many people must be like this. Especially in your age, you mean to say that, people like you.
Yeah.
But we had less of running about than all of you. You're running about more, much more.
Yeah, there is.
You don't even think about. I don't think you even think about your problems. You mean to say the ladies in the house, they don't have problems. They have ample problems with them. But they can't sit. They have a job on hand. So if they can do it, why not we?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not me? Speaking of this, what's jumping to me is to understand how you see your generation and maybe a few years younger to you, our generation. What's been the biggest shift that has happened over these years in terms of how you live the life, the career, the health, and the mind, and this stress that you spoke about? A lot of people are caught up in this stress. But what's your observation, right? What's different? What can you learn from our generation?
That would be a touchy question to answer.
But that's what we are all about. We want to get into these touchy topics if you're comfortable.
See, I would say one thing. What I have observed. We used to work more with the brain.
Okay.
With the mind.
More with the brain.
More with the brain. Less of typing work.
Okay.
We never had all those computers and all those stuff. But these days, you have all those conveniences. Everything is configured already in a computer. You type out something, you get the result straight. We had to work for getting that result. That is the difference.
Yeah.
So we used to use our mind more than what the present generation, because of the other facilities what they already have.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And it's getting with ChatGPT and other AI tools available.
Yeah. We had to read books to find out the data. Whereas you have everything ready on the ChatGPT today, or Perpetual, or whatever it is.
Yeah, whichever tool you're using.
You have.
And now it's even gotten further, right? Where you don't even have to go through the research results. You straight away have the answer.
Yeah, that's
may or may not be correct. But
at least you have an idea as to from where you're going.
But the act of doing the work has gone away.
Yeah, that's right.
Is what you're referring to. Our team requested to share this with you. Our data suggests that many of you who have been watching our videos have still not subscribed. Some of you have reached out to me to know when the next video comes out. May I request you to please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notified when the next video goes out. By subscribing, you also become part of our mission empowering professionals, helping progress in the careers, integrating health and mind and fulfillment. Please share this with someone who may find value in this. I'm sure there are also things that your generation can learn from how this generation is doing something fantastic.
Yeah, naturally, we also learn.
Yeah. What else?
For us now, for me, I'm too old for that. So nothing strikes my mind.
Oh, really? Okay. My father, like I had this conversation with my father also in this podcast. He's a financial advisor.
I heard his podcast.
You've listened.
Yeah.
But one thing that I've seen in him, and I maybe by observation, it's gotten instilled in me, and I constantly work on it too. He never gives up perpetually learning, right? He always finds a way. Oh, you guys do this like this now, and it's worth for me to learn something from it, and he will take it on. And he may not perfectly crack it, but he will not lose the spirit of learning. So in that spirit of learning from you, while you say what you say, I'm sure there is something that you find in your son. Like your son is also my age.
Yeah, we learn.
What do you enjoy us, or what do you think we do better than how you have? While I don't want to compare, but in the spirit of learning, is there something that they are doing well?
Yeah, electronics. Like you can handle so many WhatsApp, so many conversations on the phone. Like today, you have these cameras, these cameras, whereas we used to have all those, all those, the one wire going up here. Yeah. I still recall one incident when I joined Gopal in 1975, 76 January. That year we had a competition on this national song. So I was asked to compose, and not compose really, to organize for an orchestra having a national song. This was before the accident. Everything was fine. And 2 days before, the main organizers, they came and saw each and every this one program. And they said that yours is coming out very well.
Okay.
Right? So then on the day of the performance, we were sitting on the stage. One fine gentleman, some or other, माइक का जो कॉर्ड होता ना, वो एक लंबा सा कॉर्ड होता, वो जाके वहाँ पर प्लग इन कर दिया था उसको. So mic was working. Suddenly some good gentleman started walking that way. He removed the cord from there.
Okay.
हमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. मैं जो बजा रहा हूँ उनको समझ में आ रहा था, जो गाना गा रहे थे उनको समझ में नहीं आया, वो गाना क्या गा रहे थे मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया. It was a total flop show.
Well, it's entertaining.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, really it happened.
Yeah.
बाद में देखा कि वो just वो तार निकला हुआ था वहाँ पर. वो तो आज की डेट में वो सब प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं है. Like my son, he is basically a finance man, but he's very good in electronics. So these things we have to learn. अभी भी क्या TV नया, every day I find a new TV at home or a new system at home.
Okay.
हाँ, उसको चलाना आता नहीं है. And they will not teach you the intricacies of that. मैं बैठा रहता हूँ, अगर एक टीवी खराब हो गया तो दूसरे टीवी में बैठा रहता हूँ, जब आ जाएगा वो चलाएगा फिर मैं देखूंगा न्यूज़.
And you have moved around also quite a bit, right? I mean, from our prior conversation, like you went to Bhopal, Delhi, and a few other places, and also for work. You had gone to a lot of places, customers.
I was actually before my job, I was born and brought up in Calcutta.
Okay.
We are Tamil speaking from Kerala.
Okay.
I was born and brought up in Calcutta. I was never in Kerala or Tamil Nadu. From there I went to Orissa for my education. From there got a job in Bhopal.
This was IIT Rourkela.
Yeah, IIT Rourkela. Then went to Bhopal for my first job. From there came to Delhi. That's all. Period.
Got it.
But I used to move all over India because I was head of marketing for entire BHEL. So I had the opportunity of visiting all the state governments all over India.
What did you take away from this travel across during that time?
It's a learning.
What has been the biggest
learning has been how
continue to take forward in your life?
Yeah, the biggest learning has been how the various people look at BHEL's equipment, performance, delays. Many things are there. Try to do some corrective actions here because I told you we were the front end for the customers.
Yeah, and you looked at cash flows also, you said to me, right?
Yeah. We were responsible for order booking, cash management. We were responsible for performance of the equipment, performance of the contract signing, contract agreements were this one. So we were basically jack of all trades, a master of none.
Yeah, that's a different debate today, like between generalist and specialist. But before we go there, I want to just get a sense from your experience of managing thousands of crores in cash flow, and each decision being such important, critical for your company and for the people. What have you learned about cash flow?
If you don't have cash, you cannot